Good morning, happy Saturday. If you're watching this on replay, because I'm aware that nobody's watching yet because I've just jumped on. I got things to do, I've got to pop out, but this seems to be turning into a little bit of a series of building a business on my bed. This morning I have been doing a members area, and yesterday I wrote this week's edition of my newsletter, Amplified Empires, which is inspired really this post to jump on here if it maybe inspires somebody or helps one person. So maybe I'm talking to you who's listening to this now. When you listen to, drop me #replay. I'm going to drop the link for that whole newsletter into the comments, so it's going to make more sense. A quick background on that: I don't know why I felt inspired action to create a newsletter over the Christmas period. I had the inspiration to start in January for LinkedIn. Got to be honest, don't do a lot on LinkedIn. I've got some trainings for it, and now that I've pretty much built and rebuilt everything I want to rebuild, I can do that now. But I also then had a inspiration that not everybody's on LinkedIn, and other people might want to know about these tips and things or my point of view. So I echoed everything onto my website and put an attached bit on there. So if you scroll down on my website, you'd find the newsletter. So everything gets echoed over there. And the inspiration this week was don't create, document. And the reason why, because I feel that people feel inspired, that they want to start something of their own, and then they feel a little bit overwhelmed. So the backstory of this is when I had my brick and mortar business, people would come in, say that they were jealous of me. Did I have any jobs? I think I've mentioned this before. And they would love to do something like I was doing. I'm so lucky. They want to, doing what I love, loving what I do. And I used to give them inspiration, and they immediately give me these false beliefs. So the full newsletter explains it, but all I suggest to them, I remember just saying subconsciously to these people, it made me sad that these people were cutting themselves off, because what was a common thing they would say, excuse me, was that they didn't have any oh, it's all right for you, you've got talent, I've got no talent. I don't believe that. And then I just started saying one day, do you love cooking? Do you love gardening? And this one particular lady, and I usually get this response, started like immediately become articulated, enthusiastic, and said, yeah, I absolutely love cooking. It's where I go. Sorry, not cooking, gardening. It's where I go. It's my happy place when I've had a hard day at work. And I started to suggest, you get these false beliefs, your partner won't support you, your family will laugh at you, I don't know what I'm doing. And I hate people having pressure on them, this sort of hustle thing. And I just said, start documenting what you're doing. If you love gardening, just take pictures of it and post them. And then there's no pressure then. And then it becomes the norm that you're the person who starts posting about your garden. Then you start putting comments about, how happy it makes you, and it grows from there. The things that I'm doing at the moment, I had no prior knowledge that I was going to be doing this. Things that sound easy to me now. One of those newsletters is the person you come to here to serve is you 5 years ago. I'm completely different than I was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and so are you. There's people out there, things that you've just learned for yourself. People want to learn by that because they're not as far ahead as you. And so the newsletter explains it all. I will drop it in the comments. But don't get overwhelmed. Just start posting about the things that you love, and then gradually you can build in. And then I suggest just one product. Just building a product that you can sell, create a service. I came on and did this live, and didn't expect to do it the other evening or the other day, because there was going to be a training that evening by someone who's a top leader in the opportunity that I've just joined. And she was talking about there on there. I've had to wait before I go out, because I've been waiting for delivery that I've got to sign for. I'm not only a TikTok fan, but a lot of people might know I put some posts out there that was slightly different than the norm, because I have this thing that, last year I made a decision of something that I wanted to do, and a couple of days later I got an email of a course from someone that I really highly admire, and I saw that was to achieve this thing, and I saw that as a sign from the universe. And bought the training. What I didn't realise, it had something on it called master resale rights. So I can now sell that. I purchased that course, and I've got 100% rights to sell that. I've got to sell it at the minimum of what I bought it for. But from the knowledge that I've got now, I actually decided, instead of just bunging my link out there, sticking it or barfing it all over the internet, I created a whole program. I created bonuses that are unique to me because I use this software. And I was going to launch it, and I'm nearly launching it, but then when I decided to move everything over, I've rebuilt everything now, so I'm at that point now I can go back and concentrate on that. And a part of in it, it talks about your big picture reality. It says our desires are our 5D reality, as it were. Our soul is already living the things that we want to do. These inspired actions are drawing us closer to it, and I love that analogy. It might sound completely freaky woo-woo, but then I created this offer around it. And so yeah, this training the other night, one of the products in the suite is a fat blocker, and it was talking about using this fat blocker. And yeah, I'm going off on a tangent like I usually do. So my bigger picture reality, I got it, I see it, I'm living it, I spend time in it, visualizing it. When I see the signs of it coming through, this opportunity came to me the other day because I've said that I wanted something e-com, and it manifested better than I expected. Well, 2 actually in a week, but that's really mind-blowing and crazy. But you could just, this thing is free to join. You could just buy yourself a product that is related to something that you love, and then start sharing it and talking about it, how much you love it. If we go to see a film we love, we go to a restaurant, we talk about it, but this way you could get paid for it because people might be interested in what it is. But for me, my big picture reality was to lose weight, get toned up again, get fit, a certain lifestyle, and then an opportunity came around. Then the universe started calling again. Most people are using this viral weight loss system at the moment. It's injection. So am I. That came about at the time. I thought, you know, that's a lot of money. Can I afford that? It manifested for me. I'm back in the gym, so I know that that is all part of my big picture reality. But for me, I'm going to I've already thought about it, and I'm going in the product suite and create an offer around people that are using that weight loss system at the moment. If you go all over TikTok, there's just so many people all trying to, I mean, if I put a post, people without my permission are dropping product discount links in my comments without my permission. And I don't like that kind of salesy, and that's my account, what give them the right to, you know, but they don't know any better. But I'd rather control the narrative and use my platforms and the things that I've created. So I know that when we started this, somebody else that started it said that they knew someone that lost a lot of weight and they took all these supplements. To be honest, I didn't even know that you could get supplements in gummies. And they suggested, and the gummies are lovely. But buying them wholesale price, and we bought quite a lot together to try and get a discount from a famous high street store, paying over the odds. But this company has got gummies in there of all sorts of kind of things. They've got marine collagen. I want to get back onto marine collagen. I could create a whole bonus around to aid my weight loss support and help other people doing that around marine collagen, the gummies, the vitamin gummies, liver, things like that. I haven't looked at a whole product suite yet. And the fat blocker. I know they were talking about this amazing drain cleaner. This is why I love this product suite, because it's got so many different varieties. You could sell all of it or just a niche of it. And a few weeks ago, I was talking to someone who absolutely loves cleaning. And I was talking about how that they could then start posting their pictures, document what they do and how much they love cleaning and their tips and the products they use, and talked about TikTok. Now, I'm not going to be, you know, good luck to people that are using TikTok Shop. There's millions of people out there trying to sell the same product and just get in like a pittance for it. I'd rather do my own posts. See how I get away with that, but you know, that's another thing with social media. That's why I try and move away from it. But I'd rather control the narrative on the products that I sell from my own website rather than it. And I know how to create an offer and put multiple products in it that makes it completely unique to you or me. Because luckily enough, when the day that I started my business, I used to follow this lady. I used to use her as an inspiration talking to people that wrote themselves off and said that they couldn't do it. That this lady was doing 3 jobs while she was building her business that is now really successful. And I was watching her YouTube channel years ago, and it's called Marie TV, because I loved her wacky personality. And I know now it's something called the value ladder. So I was watching her free channel, I bought her books, and then I bought her program, and that's how I learned about something called the cash flow quadrant, and an amazing book called the Blue Ocean Strategy. And I implemented the Blue Ocean Strategy in my business, and I knew that I stood alone from other people. So quick analogy of the blue ocean, can you imagine loads and loads of people, like I said, they're on TikTok, they got vouchers for this weight loss injection, they all want a little bit of piece of the pie, but they haven't created anything unique, and they can only get pennies from it. But so it's like a feeding frenzy. And to be honest, someone who's going to go for the cheapest and not appreciate the value is not going to be a loyal customer. They're always going to go for the cheapest. They get from the cheapest from one week, they'll go for somebody else to get it cheaper the next week. But if you can create some kind of extra special customer service, value, things like that, they're going to keep coming back to you as a valued customer. So it was completely by accident that I came across this thing called the Blue Ocean Strategy, but I implemented it, and I know that I created a service in my shop different to anybody else. So yeah, the Blue Ocean Strategy is just imagine like a feeding frenzy of sharks in an ocean, all trying to sell the product, and the sea goes red with blood. But if you create something unique, you're over there. Even though you're selling the same item, you're further out in the ocean. It's a blue ocean, and people are coming to you. And I talked about this the other day about being the attractive character. I did a post about this, about, when you start out in certain opportunities and certain ways you're taught, what I call the hit 'em up method, but I hate that. Adding 5 friends a day, which is fake to me. I'd rather people come to me because they're going to get something they appreciate out of it. Sorry, I should have had a drink before I started this, and I've gone. Yeah, so I'm going to drop the newsletter, but really what I was trying to talk about. Yeah, so this person is crazy about cleaning. I was giving her advice, but now she could join this opportunity for free and get all the cleaning just by herself, say the drain blocker, and start doing posts about her cleaning, and then drop in about her amazing drain blocker. She'd probably attract people that want to know what it is and buy it, or get it for themselves wholesale instead of retail, just by her doing those posts. So my thing is about starting slowly. Don't get overwhelmed. Do what you love. Just start posting pictures. Nobody's going to be none the wiser, and then you can do it strategically. And that newsletter is all about, like I said, I'm going to be, I forgot a thing about fragrances. I always have this thing about manifesting fragrances because they're so expensive. This opportunity, and I used to buy these fragrances, but I didn't know that it was in this whole product suite, and it was marketed really poorly. So these people get bored, it fizzles out, the income falls out. They don't make an offer, they don't make a business about it. Tom Ford, Velvet Orchid is my favourite evening fragrance. I like Chanel Coco Mademoiselle. My partner tried on Black Orchid in the airport a couple of months ago, and even in the airport it was still expensive because of the discounts I got at the moment, because the fragrance is like 50% off today, I think it is. I just found out my favourite numbers and put them in the basket, and I thought, well, I'll throw in a Black Orchid as well as a Velvet Orchid and the equivalent of Mademoiselle. They're made in the same factories, it's just that they haven't got the hyper branding price tag on top of it. It was less than 50 quid for 3 bottles, and I earned myself a free gift, and which I'd probably give away as a present to someone or as a prize. It just got thrown in there, and I earn other kind of bonuses and percentages towards incentives and things like that. But yeah, this person, that's what I said about the cleaning, that was inadvertently, but this has got a whole cleaning range. So I would suggest to her that she gets the drain joins for free, gets the drain cleaner, starts doing her creative, just document your journey, what you do about something you love, and you never know where it's going to go. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to drop the link to the latest newsletter that explains it all to you. And thanks for listening again from Building a Business from My Bed.